first of all, thanks so much to Virginia and Beatriz and everybody involved in the organization of this seminar, and thank you for inviting us to participate. So I know we are on a tight schedule, so I would like just take 2 minutes to introduce our following participants. It's Professor Makinde and Professor Musa from the Federal University of Gashua, and Engineer Noura from Ahmadu Bello University. Both universities are in Nigeria. So during the last 3 years, we have developed a very fruitful collaboration within the typha project. This is a World Bank project that takes place in the northern part of Nigeria and deals with an invasive macrophyte, which is named typha or cattail, that has invaded irrigation systems and rivers and wetlands with negative impacts for environment and the agriculture. So we have been working together to convert this threat into an opportunity for the local communities by developing economic uses of typha for biogas and silage. So I leave you now with John, Amar, and Saleh, who will be very happy to share with you the excellent achievements obtained together with their teams in Nigeria. And I take also this opportunity to thank Professor Alao and Professor Lawal for their leadership along these years. So Professor Makinde, John, the floor is yours now.
Thank you for this opportunity, Plataforma Africa, to present our achievements so far in the 3 years project at Adejia Valley Irrigation System of Jigawa State of Nigeria. It's been very nice working with Professor Eva, Professor Fernando, and Professor Richard Cohn of United States of America. Looking at these pictures, it shows the different havoc typha has caused in Adejia region of Jigawa State of Nigeria. Typha has taken over several hectares of land, going to about 5,000 hectares from our record, and it's been very difficult to control this typha, and it has led to a reduction in rice production in the Adejia region. The land that was initially meant for rice production has been taken over by typha, and several solutions have been preferred by the federal government of Nigeria, but unfortunately, none has yielded a positive result, and that was what brought about typha project, which started in 2017, and the aim was to convert the typha grass to feed for the animals and biogas for silage, biogas for domestic use, and the aim was to be achieved through the collaboration with Professor Kohn, who developed the technology of converting lignified product, fibrous product into degradable materials through the use of some selected microorganisms. We have the picture of Professor Kohn here at United States of America, and the research has made tremendous achievements. And one of the achievements we've made so far was establishing the best stage at which typha grass can be harvested for silage making. And In doing this, we harvested the typha at different stages of growth at 3 to 6 months, which is for 0.5 meter tall. We have a 7 to 8 months for 1 meter tall, and we harvested another samples at 9 to 12 months, which was about 1.5 meter tall. And we took these samples to the laboratory for analysis, and our result showed that typha harvested at 0.5 meter tall was best for silage production, because the nutritive value of typha reduces as it advances in age. And another achievement we've been able to make was determining the best feed additives that can improve the nutritive content of typha grass. With this, we made the addition of different feed additives such as formic acid, urea, molasses, and we took our samples to the laboratory, and we did some in vitro degradability, and our result showed that addition of 4% molasses and 1% urea improved the nutritive content of typha and acceptability by the animals. And we also carried out feeding trials with different categories of ruminants. We worked with cattle, rams, dry and lactating ewes, and we fed silage produced from typha grass to these animals. We fed at graded levels from 0, 10, 20, and we stopped at 30. And so far, our result showed positive performance, positive response of the animals fed typha silage, and the economic of cost of production was also reduced when typha silage were fed to the animals. And so far, there was no any negative effect on the health status of the animals, and we concluded that typha can be considered as a new resource of feed for ruminants, and most especially during dry season when the grasses are scarce, we can use typha because it is accessible, and the different categories of animals fed showed a positive response, and we are anticipating that more researches will be carried out, maybe for us to increase the level of typha from 30% upward, and using different, using more number of animals. So I really appreciate Plataforma Africa for the opportunity given us to present our work. To my research partner, Mr. Hamad, we present more on our interaction with livestock farmers at Adejia region of Jigawa State. Thank you very much.
So thank you, Mr. Makinde. Thank you. Once again, my name is Ahmad Rufai Musa. In this project, we have two challenges. The first challenge is typha is an invasion in Hadija Valley irrigation scheme. It has invaded waterways and canals and blocked water channels, and also affected rice production in Hadija, which is a part of Nigeria. And then we have another challenge, which is feeding livestock. Feeding livestock has been a challenge, especially in the dry season. We have about 42 million of sheep in Nigeria, and feeding this livestock has been a great challenge, especially in the dry season where fresh grasses are very low in nutritive value and they are not available. So, so these projects now come up with a solution to see how this typha can be used to feed livestock. particularly ruminants, and it's an amazing achievement with a very good positive results, which my first presenter has vividly described and presented so many slides showing that. So in this my presentation, I'll be talking on how you involved the people from Hadejia, which are the beneficiaries, how we involve them in using this typha to feed their livestock, and how we train them so that they can be able to adopt this technology.
So the main problem here is that during the dry season, there is no food available for the animals. So we developed the possibility of using typha silage as a way to preserve a feed for the use during the dry season. So we did several experiments under the control of the Federal University of Geisua with Dr. Makinde and Ahmad Musa and their team under the supervision of Professor Allah. They conducted trials with sheep and cattle. And the results have been shown by Dr. Makinde, and we can see that the results show that typha silage is good for the animals. They like it and they can eat it. And the way of preparing silage is a good way to preserve feed so that it is available during the dry season. These are some pictures of how the typha silage is prepared: chopping, mixing with urea and molasses, and then put under pressure in a tight, without air bag for 90 to 120 days. After that, it's stable and can be used anytime for 1 to 2 years. Animals, you can see, they eat it and they like it. Acceptability trials were the first thing to be conducted, and well, we concluded that 20% inclusion of typha in the diet of sheep could be used and well accepted by animals. So this, together with the results presented by Dr. Makinde, show that both cattle and sheep and goats can take profit of the use of these novel ingredients. And also the technology of preparing silage is well accepted and well received by the people in Hadejia. So thank you so much to the Plataforma Africa for your support. And to finish, I give the floor to Engineer Nura. Please, he will present some of the biogas developments, and with that we will conclude. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Engineer Nura Alaji Saleh. I am agricultural engineer by profession. And working with as an extension engineer from the biodigester constructed and evaluated in Hadejia Valley Irrigation Scheme. This is the outline of my presentation. There are just 5 items: introduction to the introduction, aim and objective, achievement, benefit, and the conclusion. The main aim was that is the challenge or the threat into an opportunity. That environment that can combat typha grass into biogas. So far, we have already constructed 10 family-size digester in the various households at Hadejia Valley Irrigation Scheme, and 1 commercial digester. The family size were made to be floating drum and were constructed with the GP tank. You can see this is the GP tank. That's how the digester is. It's a 2 drum, and their head was cut. One was put inside the other. But before then, we have to mark, this is the stages. we mark the place, the size, then we dig, we make a pit. After making a pit, we now make a base so that it can support the drum. So we cast the base. After casting the base, then we now go ahead for construction the drum. The drum was make a hole under the bottom of the drum and connected with 45-degree elbow and socket. Then this is the stiara that was put inside the gas holder. Then this is the complete unit after burying the drum on the ground, and the place was fenced. And after that, we go ahead and harvest the typha grass. The typha was chopped into smaller pieces. We dry it, then we mill it. After milling, then we now go ahead and seed the system. The typha was mixed with water and the rumen fluid. Then we cover. After covering, after some time, then the system starts generating the gas. So after the system started producing the gas, you can see this is the gas store in the gas holder. It was pipe into the kitchen. Through the pipe, this is the connection of the gas from the gas holder into the kitchen. Then a water trap was also attached. After attaching the water trap, then another hose, it goes into the burner. The beneficiaries were trained on how to construct the system, how to operate, and how to manage. So after constructing the family size digester, we go ahead and construct the commercial size. The commercial unit was made to be the same floating drum, but this time around, two smaller units, 3 of them was connected in series. As you can see, that is how the construction was done.
So they have to be especially careful because the systems have to be underground, so the temperature is not affecting the efficacy, and at the same time, the people don't come and steal the parts. So this system seems to be working relatively well, and they did the training for the rice. They studied how much time does it take to cook, to boil water, to produce a meal with beans and rice, spaghetti, or several different, so that they could more or less have an idea of how much biogas does a family need to cook one meal a day. So on the average, they found out that with 1.5 cubic meters, there was enough for one long cook a day for a family of 10 to 15 members. And for the parboiling, it was necessary a larger amount with about 1.5 times 3, around 4.5 cubic meters. With that, they found that this will benefit the use of wood, and it will provide clean energy. One of the biggest problems with the cooking with wood is the bad ventilation and the smoke that is producing a lot of lung diseases, and then the smoke-related diseases will come down after this clean energy is used. And also the additional advantage will be that the increased agricultural productivity by removing typha from the waterways and using it only from the places where the typha is not interfering with rice. And therefore, there will be no risk for flooding. And at this time, we are developing a little bit more understanding of the efficiency of the system and how we can increase the rate of methane. Currently, it is between 50 to 58%. The larger the amount of methane, the greater the efficiency of the system. So thank you, Plataforma Africa, for your support, and sorry, bad communications with Nigeria. I apologize, Nura, for interfering, and thank you so much for your work.
Yeah, we had problems with the communication, but thank you very much for our partners in Nigeria. It's very interesting your work there. Fernando, gracias a ti también por estar ahí y bueno, apoyar. Sabíamos que podía suceder, las cosas pasan así cuando tenemos unas comunicaciones a tan larga distancia. Muchas gracias por vuestra actuación. Bueno, pues hemos terminado, estamos terminando prácticamente, quedan por hacer poquitas cosas ya. Lo que queda es un poquito repasar qué es todo lo que hemos estado viendo, una serie de cuestiones, no cuestiones, sino, bueno, pues unos resultados, como habéis podido ver, bueno, la Universidad Politécnica de Madrid, afortunadamente, tenemos una amplia red internacional en la que hoy y ayer nos han estado mostrando unas pequeñas cositas. Hay muchísimo más, pero bueno, hemos estado viendo servicios básicos en Kenia, en Senegal, en Bolivia, en Kenia también la formación de unas microindustrias con materiales de construcción muy interesantes, cómo se pueden aplicar las TIC a respuestas rápidas en República Dominicana, dos magníficas experiencias sanitarias que junto con la tecnología han permitido o están permitiendo o esperamos que permitan que tengan un mayor impacto de todas las actuaciones, una alianza magnífica de estudios sobre algo tan importante como son los sismos para intentar minimizar el efecto que estos tienen sobre la población en unas zonas especialmente castigadas por este tipo de problemáticas. Y bueno, las últimas comunicaciones, que es como en Nigeria se trabaja para buscar soluciones y aprovechamientos, puesto que está ahí una planta invasora. Y bueno, vamos a ver, están trabajando a ver cómo poder minimizar todas esas problemáticas y no solo minimizarlas, sino sacar un rendimiento a todo esto. Lo que sí que quiero puntualizar es que en prácticamente todos estos proyectos, yo creo que en todos ha habido estudiantes de la Universidad Politécnica de Madrid vinculados, bien sobre el terreno, bien aquí en la propia universidad colaborando con la realización y con la organización de todo esto. Y bueno, pues yo os animo a que si tenéis interés, pues podáis, bueno, sepáis que todo esto existe. Yo para finalizar, pues quiero mencionar y quiero que enciendan el vídeo Beatriz González Rodríguez, junto a Eva Iglesias, ambas de la plataforma de África, la organización de todo esto. Miguel Ángel Egido, que la habéis tenido hoy todo el día y que ha estado acompañándoos. Y por supuesto también a estudiantes que se involucran en todo esto. A Belén Binaisa, que está por aquí, que nos ha estado ayudando un montón, con Susana Guerrero, que son las que han organizado absolutamente todo, y bueno, Ruth Corredor, que también está por aquí conectada, que es la que nos ha montado todo el Moodle y que además está trabajando también, está como becaria y está ayudando en uno de los proyectos sanitarios que habéis estado viendo y como ya han comentado antes. Y también, por supuesto, Manuel Sierra, que está por aquí, el director de cooperación, y al que le voy a dejar que cierre las jornadas y bueno, y nos podamos ir a tomar un café. Y lo último ya, las últimas preguntas, si alguien tiene alguna inquietud, Manolo, cuando quieras.
Muchas gracias, Virginia. Yo solo quiero reiterar las gracias a todos los que habéis hecho posible que este seminario tenga lugar. Por supuesto, a Belén, a Susana Guerrero, a Ruth, como habéis dicho, fundamentalmente a los que lleváis las plataformas, las 3 plataformas que habéis estado aquí trabajando de manera coordinada, Eva y Beatriz, por África, Virginia, por América Latina, Miguel Ángel por la plataforma de Refugiados, y todos los profesores que estáis detrás, no solo los que estáis al frente de las plataformas, sino todos los que estáis detrás. Y luego a nuestros socios, que habéis venido a contarnos las experiencias y todo lo que habéis hecho con la UPM durante estos años. Entonces, pues, Pablo, Eduardo, Lucía, Miguel, Ana García y Ana García de Díaz, gracias, muchísimas gracias. And Patrick, Maimuna, John and Matt, Nura, thank you very much. Sorry for all the presenters from Nigeria because the connection was a bit not very well. It's clear that the telecommunication engineer had to work a bit better to become this possible, but okay, next time we will do better. Y pese a eso, yo creo que ha sido un éxito. Hemos cumplido los objetivos que nos habíamos propuesto, poner en común lo que hemos estado haciendo y compartir ideas y bueno, y aprovechar pues que la pandemia no nos ha dejado trabajar de una manera normal para trabajar de otra manera. Entonces yo no tengo nada mucho más que decir. Muchísimas gracias a todos y espero que esta no sea la última vez y que podamos seguir teniendo otras jornadas tan espectaculares como esta. Gracias.
Bueno, estaba aquí dando un poco las gracias en el chat, aprovecho para daros las gracias a todos, que habéis hecho un trabajo enorme, es la primera experiencia en esto de los webinars y yo sé que esto lleva muchísimo trabajo. Yo creo que ha sido súper interesante poder compartir las experiencias con todo el mundo y espero que podamos seguir trabajando en esta línea. Muchas gracias a todos. Y bueno, thank you very much here to Musa, to John, and to Nura for trying to show the achievements here. I think we got most of them, and the rest, I think that Fernando also did a very good work. So thank you very much to you.